Hey, what's up, y'all? Hope everybody doing straight. Hope everybody having a blessed day so far. Today, for my first video, I want to show y'all my workout routine. While keeping it quiet, keeping it calm, ASMR style. You feel me? Today is pool day, and we're gonna be hitting a plethora of workouts at Planet Fitness. If you feel what I'm saying. You see right now I'm just stretching. Not gonna lie, I kind of had an injury last year to where it kind of prohibited me from going to the gym, you know. So I'm trying to stretch as much as I can now, you know, and I'm trying to feel as loose as I can, especially since it's pool day for these workouts. But yeah, man, I really hope you guys enjoy this new kind of content. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe. Also share the video and comment in the comments. What other kind of content you guys will mess with, like what other kind of styles of content you guys will like. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the workout, man. So as I said earlier, not gonna lie, it's pool day, so I had to start off with the pull-ups. The first set I did to failure, and I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to count how many I did, but I think I did around 15 to 18, which is pretty good. But for me though, not gonna lie, like around a year ago before I got that injury I mentioned earlier, I used to be able to do like 20 in a row, 20 to 25, even 28 on a good day. But that's all good. A little setbacks it ain't nothing compared to growth, you know. And I think this is the third set that I did because I couldn't record the second set for some reason. Um, but yeah, I did a lot less in these third and fourth sets because my muscles were kind of fatigued already from the failure set from the pull-ups. But I'm gonna let this finish playing out. All right, moving on. As y'all can see, we headed over to the abs section. For abs today is crunch day, and I usually just target it. I usually either try to target my upper or lower abs. So today was like lower crunch. So I did leg raises, as you guys can see, and for my split, I do a push pull leg split, and basically, I had to change to that because I remember doing upper, lower, push pull, and then legs. And not gonna lie, that was just a lot each and every week, bro. That was a lot on my body. And um, when I switched to this method of training, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen a substantial amount of growth, within my muscles and within my frame, within my physique, within how I lift, because I take more rest days. It's so important to rest. You should utilize rest more than progressive overload, if that makes sense. But y'all see me banging these leg raises out. Let's move to the next one though. So for this one, it's like a 50-50 for the rows for me. You know, like sometimes I genuinely hate doing rows for the simple fact that I feel a lot of tension in my midsection of my back. But this day was an amazing pull for the rows. As you can see, um, I try to squeeze each and every time. I bring the weight back, and I try to get as many angles so you guys can see the actual contraction. You know, you can see the resistance. I'm trying to do slow and controlled reps while maintaining a certain weight. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to ego lift, but I do want to lift at a weight that I'm comfortable at, but it still gives me a challenge. So I feel like 100 pounds was, very good for this type of workout for right now. I also just noticed that I did not tell you guys how many reps and how many sets I was doing. So for the previous workouts, I'm gonna put my repetitions and the number of sets I did on the screen. But here for the rows, I did 3 sets of 8. Moving on though, you see I have the 35s in my hand. We're moving on to regular bicep curls. For this type of workout, I did around 3 sets of 7 to 8, I believe. But I do believe I did a drop set in the midst of, in the second set, I think. And I'm not gonna lie, this type of workout is really good for like the middle bicep and the upper, well, lower bicep, the middle and lower bicep. Um, I get a lot of tension around there, around them areas, and I even get a lot of tension in my shoulders when I do this for some reason. But here's the second set. I just wanted to get a different angle, of course. And as you guys can see, like the veins in my shoulders and like my biceps are really starting to like pop out from these sets. I think it's the weight that I added, because I did go over like 5 pounds, because I'm lifting the 35s, and last week I was lifting the 30s. And I'm actually kind of proud of that. Like, um, my pulling strength is so much stronger than my pushing strength, and I really can't wait to show you guys push day. But at the same time, it's like I don't push like as heavy as I feel like I should, if that makes sense. But I didn't record the third set of the hammer curls, by the way. I mean, not the hammer curls, but the regular bicep curls. But these are hammer curls. And I decided to drop the weight because I started feeling a lot of tension, within my biceps. So as long as you drop the weight, but you still maintain, a certain number of reps, I feel like you'll be all right. Um, but yeah, I actually did more reps with these hammer curls because I did drop the weight, and hammer curls are usually less. Um, what's the word I'm looking for? They're more lax than regular bicep curls, because you actually have more like guidance, or you can direct it better, if that makes sense. Moving on, I did tricep pull downs. I did around 3 sets of 8 for these, and I added weight. Basically, I added the 5 pound on top of like 30 pounds, basically. And I'm not gonna lie, these did give me a lot of like resistance, and I'm not gonna lie, like they were starting to hurt around the second set. But you gotta keep pushing, you gotta keep working out, even if it means like lessening the weight. You gotta keep going, and you gotta finish what you started, basically. That's how I look at it, at least. Alright, so this is the end of the workout. As y'all can see, this is my last set. We finna push out strong, and then yeah, man, that was pull day. Like I said, I genuinely hope you guys mess with this type of content, and be sure to let me know what other types of content I should do in regards to like gym content or fitness. Love y'all.